Hi all, Happy New Year. It's now 1st of January 2025. I thought I'd do a quick series of little videos on Fog of War. So this Fog of War not pixel perfect. The reason why I like this one is purely down to OpenGL issues and WebGL. So if you want to create a game with WebGL, you're going to need this one because Pixel Perfect doesn't support it. For me, it's that and cross-platform compiling for Mac with not metal graphics, but the way things are going currently with Unity and Unreal is unless it's metal graphics, not hardware is not supported. So obviously, if you've got any customers, or potential game customers that can't afford to upgrade their hardware, they're going to be stuffed. Anyway, so that's that. Right. So this basically what I've got here is your basic get me teeth in. So RTS Engine 2024.0.1, so the latest version. Same with the Fog of War module, not the Fog of War itself. The Fog of War module is that. Now I have fixed post discovery. So if we'll put this down center here because that'll be a nice little one we can play with to test. If you see here, the visual post discovery is visible post discovery. If you already got it installed and you've been trying to get it to work, it's a bit hacky. I know my URP script I've stuck on the Discord channel is a bit hacky as well. But anyway, so your default setup, you want to set with your same visibility objects, you want to select your colliders and things like that. Now, oh god, I've got so much to talk about on this. I'm trying to keep videos short at the moment. The version of Fog of War that I'm running on this, so this is a default install. This is not my project, obviously. So I'm using Unity 2022.3.16 F1 LTS on a MacBook Pro. Now, I have sorted out the post discovery and I'll demo that now so you can see that. So what we've got on this town center over here, so we're going to start off over here and then this town center, as you can see, we've got post discoveries turned on. So what I'm basically going to do, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me just run through some of the prefabs. I say the granary, not the granary, let's do a house. Right, so we're going to leave that off, but we're going to add in the selection collider as well, because you don't want to see the selection collider, do you? Oh, you shouldn't be able to click on where the building was. That's basically essentially it. So I'm just going to save that one. Right, we're going to go back. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Because my soldiers tend to get killed for some reason really quickly. Right, so I'm going to hit play. Please excuse my sniffles. Right, also before I did a whole video on setting this up beforehand. I'm just going to mute that. So I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to go that, and that. Right, so if I go and do that, we can't place the border. Oh, Bill's not inside the border. Ha! Right, you go back this way for a second. Actually, the border should be around there. There you go. Can't place it in the unfold area, which is cool. So I'm going to stick him there, and I'm going to bang a load of bloody archers up there. I'm going to kill that lot. Right, now let's grab our little infantry geezer. And we're going to run over to here. They should start building that. Oh god, they got on that quick, didn't they? Alright, okay, he's going to die, so we're going to send him back there. Now, as you can see, this was post discovery is on, and I've got it turned on for the farm as well. And we can select them, which is fine, so that's what you want. Oh, he's coming back. No, I just followed him back. Right, you guys bugger off. get back there. So the tower, oh, everyone just go back home. Ah, no, go back home. Right. So you can see the towers, we can still select it, which is why you'd want to put, so in the tower, obviously, it's only the building model that's hiding. Now, we did do that with the house, correct? So what I'm going to do is I pause that a second, and we're going to try and find a house in that lot. And that looks like that might be a house. Yeah, there you go. God, that was good. Okay, so you can see we're hiding the collider. So we know that's just, I think that's the tower there, isn't it? Collapse all these other ones now. Yeah, so just to the tower. So there's our tower. The tower's about there, and we can't select the house. Now, that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that house for a second. So we can change this live. Just have that over like that so we know what we're looking at. And I'm going to now just change, actually, think, right, we're going to do that, because what we're going to need, so we're going to need, I've still got two of them, what do you want to do? Right, because we need to come and find it now, and there it is, and go back home, thank you very much, and now we can see it. Now, obviously, if I turn it off, it will disappear, and so will alter in the fog volume. Well, no, it won't actually. So, yeah, there you go. Altering the fog volume would do that if you didn't have that turned on. So, let's go and find a tower for that. I don't think I put that on the tower, did I? No, I didn't. So there you go. So you go tower. Well, play that right, and there you go. So depending on what level of fog you've got, the tower, excuse me, it would show or hide, but you can now literally, you don't have to guess your fog volumes. Now, this is FogOfWar version 1.25, and not the latest version. Brandon's done some updates and stuff. It's really quite performative and stuff like that. So we are not going to mess around with this one anymore, right? So we're just going to leave that like that, right? So I'm going to save that. Oh, I don't need to save that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the FogOfWar directory. So the fix for, sorry, before I get into that, the fix for the post discovery, I will put that file, this one down here, on the Discord channel. If it all works with 1.28. If it doesn't, I'll do a package based on the FogOfWar demo module for that to work with that. So let's see, we're going to see if we can get this to work quickly. If not, this video is going to get cut about 9 minutes. So that was just a quick demo to show that working, because I've got other videos I want to do about FogOfWar, something I've done completely unique. But my project is URP, so I'm keeping this a standard rendering pipeline at the moment. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go into our project, we're going to assets, FogOfWar. Now that is 1.25. If you want 1.25 version, I'm going to tell you straight off the bat right now. Currently, for FogOfWar, you only need one team script in 1.25. In 1.26 and up, well, I think it's 1.27 and up actually. The latest version is 1.28. You need a team script for every single team that is going to be played. So if it's a 4-player map, you're going to need 4 teams. You're not only going to need 4 teams, but if you've got 3 factions, you're going to need a FogOfWar team for the 3 factions as well. That sounds confusing. It is. It took me a while, and I'm going to show you that before we get into this. So let's delete. I'm going to delete the FogOfWar folder. goodbye. That's going to mow like hell. And now what we're going to do is we're going to import the FogOfWar. So as you can see, it's a 1.28. It's Brendan's one. I'm not dealing with pixel perfect. If Maris wants to do that, fine. But you can all sort that out yourself. Now, this one, you can just literally import everything. You don't need to do anything else other than that. So we're going to do that. And then we are going to get errors in a minute. So why? So now you go to, yeah. Of course we're going to get errors. FOW legacy. Yeah, I know that. Right, so obviously the FogOfWar module, because technically you'd installed FogOfWar from Brendan, or before you do the module for RTS Engine. So we'll leave that one there for a sec. Right. The only way round I can get around that is to go into the rendering pipelines and install legacy. There we go. And that cleared that error, as you can see. And now we should have up the top of here. Oh, we don't. Ooh. Still got an error. Right. GetFogValue. Now, this is where it's going to get very interesting. I knew this was going to happen. I actually knew this was going to happen. So there is a change in GetFogValue. Currently, with with 1.25, what would happen is if you queried a specific position on the map, it would tell you what that fog was. So this would say it would render between, let's say the fog value for that area was 122. That's what would be returned. Now, what gets returned is a 0 or 1. 0 for unfogged or 255 for fogged. Which is not fair, right? Anyway, so this fog value, this is going to be your first issue. And so what we need to do is we need to go, so that's moaning the fact that we don't have a FOWW value type. So that's an easy fix. So it's a fog of, oh, come on, autocomplete. There. All right, I'm going to cheat. Give me a script. I'm so lazy. Right, samples, test 3D. I might cheat the other way, actually. Oh, you're kidding me. It's not auto-completing for some reason. It should be in there. Right, yeah, go to the first one. Come on. There, oh, no. There we go. That's what I want. Right. Oh, why that wouldn't auto-complete that? Epic failure. You want to check for... Oh. Come on, space. Visible. There you go. Oh, look. Now it works. Okay, that's that one. And what else we got? I'm expecting more than one error, to be honest. I haven't actually tried this for that. Okay, we're not worried about those, or those. No. Right. Well, apparently that's going to work. Right. Well, that's cool so far. Yeah, that's doing that. Right. While that's running, now we go to FOW Setup. You'll get this little window. And we've got errors. So we're going to come back to that in a second. So we're going to unplay that. Let's go to the window, FOW Setup. Let's auto fix those errors. That sorts of shaders out for us. Great, and now everything seems to be set up. So if you're going to do the others, I mean, obviously you'd install this first before you do the module for FogOfWar from RTS Engine. Then you'd install your legacy, your post-processing stack version 2, URP or HLP or whatever you're using, and you've done install the others, which is cool. That's really nice what he's done. It's so much easier. Right, so now I'm going to play that. Now we've fixed the shader issues. And we know that reference error is down to the save post FX. So there we go. Right, because I've stuck the save module in. So our FogOfWar is working, and our regrow is working. That's cool. Right, okay. So while we're doing that, I'm now going to go to FogOfWar Setup. And I don't know if you can see this. I'm just going to expand that down. FogOfWar entity pointing to FogOfWarTeam index 1 that does not exist. So these FogOfWarTeam indexes are to do with the fact that that is your NPCs, and your free factions will come up on there because that would be -1 if they would be showing. So technically, any free factions at the moment, oh no, there we go, not going to respect any FogOfWar. So I'm going to close it off for a second. So there is errors, but it's not showing in there at all. Now, something I really should have done first is let's get our frames per second working on there, right? So, because I know he's taking this on the pause panel, I remember. Nope, he took it off completely. So, okay, we're just going to change, just going to fix so we get our frames per second up there. Because I can tell you now, the way my processor was just running, change that to FPS panel. And we can do that. Delete that one. Delete that one then. FPS. Blue, leave your ears alone, mate. I'll sort them in a minute. You're a good boy. Puppy's got ear issues. Alright, so I'm just going to do that, do that, do that. That's fine, right position. Alright, we'll do that. I'm going to take that image off. Change the height on that to be about, I don't know, 45. We'll do. Width could be 140. Change the text position. Height 40. And limit sentence stuff it. And increase the text size to 18. Ooh, 18. Right, okay, that's fine. And then go back to there. It's just in case no one's sorted this out, you need that one. So, right, there we go. Right, so now we should see our frames per second as well. So I'm glad it sort of works, but now we're on to our team issues. We're just going to have a run around here and have a look. If you remember, we had some things on post discovery. Oh, you got back all right. That's cool. So frames per second is not bad, because this is a MacBook Pro M1. Okay, let's go back and have a look. And as you can see, we've got our town, we've got that. Let's see what else we have. University, and that's because if we go into, pause that for a second. Let's go back that way. I do this. No, wrong key. There we go. Right. I'll find that university in a second. He's down there. Right. That's the university. Is it? Oh, yeah. Right. As you can see, we didn't put the colliders on that. So that is all working for standard or legacy, with the exception of the team issues. So the team issues really, I don't know how this is going to work with multiplayer now, to be fair, because before with 1.25, the rendering was just done for the client. So on your side, if you're playing a friend on another machine, his computer would render his FogOfWar, because that's all he would see. You don't see the other FogOfWar. But the way this now works, or the way I understand it, is that the teams have their own array of what they've seen and what they haven't seen and what's visible and what's partial. And that's the confusing thing. I think that people are going to start finding the issues with this now is pretty much your team's stuff's fine. None of that's changed. But when you look down to units, so let's stick with that town center because it's there. You've got this visibility type. I got some weird issues with that, but I'm not going there and that anyway. So the way to get around this is I'm gonna open another project so I can grab my bit of code. So I rewrite everything from scratch when I've already written it once. Okay, so let's just do that real quick. I'm going to open that one up because that's the one. I'm going to do a video on this later anyway. As soon as that rain stops, pup, we're going out for a walk. We're going down park. I'm still doing a video at the moment. Say hello to everyone in RTS Engine land. You're not going to woof, no? You're not going to speak? No, you're not going to speak? You? I can't pause the audio, guys. Sorry, it's a really bad, really bad screencast capture software. I'm just going to scoot this down a bit. Right, there you go. So, oh hello. Something is really skanking up today. This happens. We're not still in play mode, are we? No. This tends to happen when you get things. Oh, there we go. God, my room is getting skanked up today. So this is obviously for URP. There's this. So I've added this into the URP script about. I mean, this is to do with volumes for your fog volumes. See my other videos about that. This team situation is because rather than you go in and add a FogOfWarTeam for every single unit that could be possibly working or playing in that game, and let's bear in mind the demo map is a 4-player game, you can select between 2 to 4 players, you would need a minimum of 5 FogOfWarTeam scripts in there. Now you can add those in yourself, and you just have to make sure that somehow you disable or enable those scripts when you come from the lobby to play. So if you've only got 2 players, you're going to want a -1 for the team that's been assigned the 3 entities, and you're going to want team 0 and team 1. If you've got 3 players, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So I've taken care of that. So I'm just going to edit that, grab that code, and we're going to throw that in there and just see if we can see if that's going to fix that. Now, this has no bearing. This team script stuff has no bearing in mind on the NPCs at the moment. I know Charlie's doing the same. It's a bugbearer with me. NPCs should respect the fog of war. I'm sorry, it's just a thing. They should. If they can't see where your base is, then they should not be able to run an attack before you've even managed to get a chance to build it. But then if you compare that with like Command & Conquer Generals, I can't beat certain AI on that map on hard or brutal mode because they know exactly where you are and they just swarm with you and you can't get the base built quick enough. I don't know how quick you are and how many cheats you use. Anyway, so URP manager, right. This is so I sort of was doing this as a multiple version script. So if you was using the latest Fog of War version, it would do your team for you. It would just set up your profile. This is for URP. So this is what we're going to do is we're going to copy this function here, or this function, this loop here. I'm going to grab that. Let me grab that. Okay, so we want that in our Fog of War scripts. That one, oh, we're in it, and we special. Right. How did I do it? Did I put that in there? Handle game build. Oh yeah, because it needs to be after the game build because you need to know how many faction entities are in there. But right. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. So what I'm going to do is do that. Right. Yeah, we know about that. And literally just copy and paste the stuff over. So don't worry about that for a minute. Copy that one. There's a few others we're going to want over. We're not going to use Fog of War Handler. I might do actually. This is literally just a quick. I think we want our FOWTeam as well. I'm going to put it in there anyway. If we don't need it, we don't need it. Yeah, we do need our FOWTeam actually. Right, this is to do with fog profiles, so we don't need that. So we're going to cut that out of there because this is for volume profiles, so we don't need any of that. Paste. Right. FOWTeam. Right. Why not? You guys can have that as well. Right. What's well got team? Did I just copy paste team in? No, I did the FOWTeam. Oh, because team isn't part of that anymore. Team is part of something else. Hold on. Just got to figure out what I'm doing. Team. Oh, yeah, team. Duh. You need the game object so you know which one it's from the team from. So there's that. Right. Okay. That sorts team out. That's that. That's that. So before I save that, what do we need on? That's your Fog of War cameras, Fog of War team script. That we're going to move. We'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so that should be it. With the exception, there's a couple of other issues. So, so 3. The reason why we're using player Fog of War, and that's to save calling that each time we do that. So we don't need the FogOfWar handler. I took that out, but we are going to need to change some other scripts. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. The other one back there. Right. So let's just read through. That doesn't need to be that anymore. What we do need to do is we need to set the FOWTeam. So that's going to be that one. So we're going to need to set FOWTeam. So I'm going to do that to start with. Right. Get rid of that one. I'm not worried about tidying this up to be fair. FOWTeam equals that. FogOfWarTeam. That. If FOWTeam equals I, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So we're not using FogOfWar handler anymore. Now, let's do some validation stuff as well. Right. Don't need the volume, just need the cameras. So copy that one. Add. Because I changed it. Right. I'm going to need that as well. No, we don't. Right. That can go. I'm not using FogOfWar handler, so that is going to scream mouse. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. If I disconnect the audio, even if I pull the earbud out, it'll stop the audio from coming back on if I reconnect it, so it's a bit awful. Right, okay, that's going to sort that. I suspect we're going to get other errors, most likely. Right, I'm going to. Right, that's done that. Okay. Nothing there. Clear that. Right, okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new. I did it under this way. It was easiest at the moment. So I'm going to call that FOWTeam for now. And then we're going to go there. I'm going to copy that. Copy component because I'm too lazy. And yeah, paste as new. Right, I'm going to change this. See, now look, see this down here? Multiple FogOfWarTeams, you see. So -1. So that's technically our 3 entities. So that's even your resources and things like that. So what you don't want on this is you don't want that, to be fair. Output to texture. So obviously for each team is going to generate a texture for your fog. And you don't need that for your NPCs. But the values are being stored internally in an array. So the NPCs could query a world position. Go to texture. Excuse me. Anyway, so we're going to leave that like that. Now we're going to go there. I'm going to remove that one. Right, our FOWTeam now is that one. By default, that's always going to be a 0, so that should be fine. I don't know if this is going to work, to be fair. I really don't. There is a couple of other things that are not going to work, and I'm pretty certain of that straight off the bat. That's going to be down to, yeah, let's have a look. I'm actually 100% certain this is not going to work. What one are we in? Ooh. Yeah, that's my art. Why does that do that? So this isn't the project we're in. This is the other project. No, it's all right. I'm having a blonde moment. Ignore me. We're going to want that one in there because we're going to want to query that. hide from team. Don't need latest fog version, don't need fog disabled. Is in fog and is in partial fog. We don't, we did call that. I don't think we need it. We're going to do that. Right. Down the bottom, we've got some helper functions. We don't want that. FogOfWar entity. No. We get rid of that one. And let's get down the bottom, helper functions. So we've got that one. Now, I'm pretty certain that I'm not calling that now. Well, it might be. Right. Okay, so we've got some helper functions there. That's fine. Let's save that one. Now we can save ifogWarManager because that won't moan about those two not being available. So that's fine on that. Our entity, I'm pretty certain we're going to want our hide from team. You can ignore a lot of this in here. And this doesn't have to be public. This one can be hidden actually. But I left it public because I wanted to see what I was playing. I was testing that this was actually working. So that's our hide from team. And we're going to want our hide from team there. Copy that one. And on init. There you go. And okay. I'm pretty certain we don't need to worry about any of that. Or yeah, no, we don't actually. Right. I think, I don't know. I could be wrong. How long are we getting on? 40 minutes. Eek. I'm pretty certain that this is not going to work. Oh no, it didn't work. Ah, great. I love it when things don't work. Let's see if we get any errors in there. No. Right, cool. Not cool. Right. I'm just going to pause that for a second so I get to the top. It's going to be the same thing anyway. Ooh. Yeah, I messed something up. Right. Put you down there at the way for a minute. Let's have you back. ifogWarManager. Yeah. That was a silly one, wasn't it? Which I think that should be it. Oh, coffee. Let's clear that just to start with. No, oh, you gotta love these. This is why I don't do things from scratch. I don't do dev videos. Some people love to figure out. So 133, right? Oh, will you go away? Right, and you, actually, right. What did I do? Yeah, because I'm a pleb. Right, that's why I had this. Okay, so that and that, right? That doesn't have to call get team every single time. Oh my god, that's why I'm really copy and paste, right? I think that's it. That should be it. Basically, what I was doing is caching the team, so you don't actually have to call GetFogOfWarTeam hide from team. And look, it works. Sweet. Okay. well, let's go and have a little mooch around, shall we? Before we do that, so we know one thing. We went to FogOfWar Setup. We had a load of errors. Gone. So that's that. Frames per second, pretty good considering this is on a MacBook Pro with an external monitor, and that the lid's shut on the MacBook as well, and it's now 1, and there it is. And there you go, boys and girls. So I've literally just sorted that out. That was live. Fortunately, I wrote the code. I spent ages sorting this out. So that's good. And we're getting no errors. We're getting no banging on the console, any of that lot. And so our hide from let's go give me our town center. Let's see if we can find that town center. Yeah. No, that's ours. Because look where the screen is. That's the one we want. Close that. And that's that one. Right, so we know we've got that there. So we're going to resume that. Now, I'm going to change that fog strength. As you can see, it doesn't make any difference. Right? Doesn't make any difference to that at all. And I'll tell you what now. The isVisiblePostDiscovery actually stops. So if it's been visible and it's visible post-discovery, it doesn't go through checking is visible again. It stops it in the code straight away on the update. So it helps with the frames per second rendering and stuff like that. So that will never do anything with doing that. But if we turn that off now, right, and we're going to have to come back and have another look at this. Right, so we're just going to run them two over there. See, now it's gone. Right, and we're going to whack up to say there. And then we'll grab those two and just bang them that way. So it's there, and it's still not thingy. So the FogOfWar strength now doesn't make a difference because it is cached. Now, if you also notice, we're just going to do this, we'll go through this quick. There is no partial fog now. There's no partial fog volume, right? There isn't. And it's the same on everything else. So remember, we don't have post FX installed either. So post processing stack is not installed, and there is no FogOfWar. The FogOfWar legacy script here, we can ignore this because that's the post FX. You do have a partial fog color here, right? And that was set at 0.5, but as you just saw, the querying the fog value doesn't make a difference. This is just for what I gather for seeing. Now, I'm going to just bring the code back for a sec. We're querying is in fog visible, not partial. And I did try is in fog partial. However, it really messed things up a little bit. I mean, we can try it. I started losing a lot of frames per second, and I think you're going to get errors the first time round until it's actually been cleared. So technically, everything is invisible. It's either invisible or visible, and the partial until something's cleared, it don't make a difference. We'll just try this. So there you go. See, it can't do it because it can't query that. Now you can go has been seen, query partial, and do all that sort of thing. But this is just to get it going for people. So I'll stick that back to visible. Visible is the quickest to query, and partial, you can play around with that one yourself. I'm not doing that live. So the team stuff, this basically what I've done. So you got your first team there. The code, no matter what you set in that, it will override that and set that to -1 for your free faction entities. Like I say, resources, trees even. If you put FogOfWar on your trees, they're going to be -1 because they're basically a free faction. Output to texture, update units automatically, and so output to texture is false because you don't want your free units output to texture. And the same with everything else. Now, the update units and update automatically, that is going to basically store any NPCs what they see. So if they clear some fog, that's going to store that, and that stores it in the partial fog channel. This is my understanding, and not the fog channel. So it makes it a bit more performative, I think. But if it's for the player, then obviously we want true, and so yeah, that works really well. And you can see this. So instead of having to create a FogOfWarTeam every single time, you know, or if you've got a 5-player map, you have to create 6 of them. If we go into here, you can see our, well, let's do our FogOfWarTeam. There is our -1. It's not output to texture. And our teams, I'm going through here now, and you've got team 0, and that is an AI or NPC. So is team 1. And team 2, that's us, that's ours. Yeah, so there you go. I mean, this is running in software mode, and the beauty about the way I've done this code as well is if we go to team there, so I mean, what frames we was getting about 60, 80 frames a second. Let's take that in hardware mode. If you're paying attention on the FPS, anything new. So now we can jump in anywhere over hundreds, and it's coming down. Obviously not ran around anyway yet, so let's just do that. Let's go straight there. Ooh, come on, you're not clicking in the right spot. There you go. And you can watch the performance here if there is any. Pretty much is, and like I say, this fog of war is controlled either on the volume or on the cameras. So there's a script on there for that. So there you go. There you go. Hope that's helpful. Quite a good little fix, I think. I am going to put this one on YouTube. I don't know if I can get it uploaded because I think I'm limited to 30-minute videos anyway. Failing that, I'll maybe just not bother. There you go. All right. Happy New Year, everyone.